G'day guys and welcome to Warrior by Design with Benjamin John. I'm your host. So in a previous episode, we spoke about pretty much self-discovery, right? In this episode, I want to touch a little bit on, beliefs and what are beliefs, and what this means to me and how I kind of perceive beliefs and, see what you guys think. So look, pretty much guys, it's really interesting beliefs. Because it's a very personal thing, to be honest. Belief is a very personal thing. There's what may be true and factual for someone may not be for someone else. And this is due to our beliefs and perceptions, right? So if I believe something to be true, then that's truth for me. That's factual, regardless of what someone else may tell me, show me, even believe they prove to me, right? So belief is huge. There's a really interesting thing I want to quickly touch on with belief. We look at how belief is spelt. There's something really interesting within belief and even believe. There's three little letters that line up. And if taken out of context or bracketed or removed from the whole word, they line up together, one after the other. L-I-E. Lie. And you go, Benjamin, what are you talking about? What's this crap lie? Well, why I want to bring that to the attention is our beliefs at times can be us lying to ourselves. Now, again, that's going to be, depending on what your awareness is or what your belief is at that time or what your perception is. Though beliefs at times can be lying to yourself. Now, I'll give you an example, a personal example. So after getting out of the military, I've had a huge journey with mental health, right? You've heard it before, blah-de-blah-de. But the reality is, what I believed in at those times, what I believed to be my truth, what I believed to be basically protecting me or I held strongly within who I was and what I wanted to be. And that belief allowed me to have a massive inconvenience in my life that was not only affecting me and my mental health and well-being, but those around me. Now, beliefs are interesting, right? Because even if you believe something and you want it to be different, you want to change your experience or whatever. If you believe, even somewhere within yourself, that you may not be bringing to the forefront or might not be in your immediate awareness or your day-to-day thinking, but if we truly believe in our core, somewhere within us, we'll say the unconscious, subconscious, that this belief has been ingrained or has been pushed into us or has been through trauma, this belief has become a part of our fabric, a part of who we are, or a part of what we now know or we now believe to be linked with safety and us having a safe environment or a safe place to live. If we link some of these things to that become a belief, even unconsciously or subconsciously, they can create a very interesting experience. And to be honestly, quite bluntly, a fucked up one. Like one that we spend our lives, for the rest of our lives, at times trying to get out of, or trying to change, though our actions really reflect that core belief that may be unconscious. Our actions and things that we do, say, the way we behave, actually align with that true belief that may be unconscious. And I'm sort of going to the back of my head, but realistically, unconscious, subconscious, ether, right? So, but what I'm getting at is that those aspects and our beliefs, no matter how much we want to change them, or we feel that we have to change them, can still impact us due to them being unconscious or subconscious. Now you're like, oh, geez, that's sad to hear. So what's he telling me? No matter what I do, unconsciously, I'm just going to keep doing the same shit that's going to create the same shit in my life. Well, here's the thing, and this is my personal experience. The more that I was able to challenge, hence self-discovery, some of those beliefs that I had, or I believed to be true, or linked to my safety, or that I needed, the more I was able to challenge some of these beliefs, the more that I was able to open my awareness to different possibilities or ways of seeing things, things shifted. And it wasn't, definitely there's a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline into certain things that I would do, and again, we'll talk about some of these things later on. But there was definitely discipline and structure in what I was doing. There wasn't anything fancy, wasn't anything miraculous, wasn't a miracle, wasn't something that at some level people can't achieve for themselves. So the reality, what I found with belief is, if it exists within us from potentially a core, something that's in our core, something that's in our foundation, due to, something that could have been ingrained into us, could have been basically indoctrinated into us, could have been could be a part of our reality due to trauma, or it just could be something that we link to safety. That unconscious stuff, if we don't start challenging some of those beliefs that are in our unconscious, if we don't start challenging some of those perceptions that are in our unconscious, due to our experiences in life, due to trauma, due to what we've been told to be true, and what we've been made to believe is true, or whatever. If we don't start challenging our experiences in life, or what we believe or see to be true, more often than not, the same experiences will happen. The day-to-day stuff, while we're aware of it, we can be trying to change what we're doing, our actions, changing how we're looking at things, seeing things, what we're believing in those moments. And that stuff is really key and important, because the more that we can bring our awareness and our conscious mind into challenging what it is that we're thinking, what it is we believe we're hearing, and what it is we believe, then in those moments, I've found to be true that we're able to shift our experiences that we have on a day-to-day basis in certain scenarios, in certain environments, ever so slightly at times, but they are able to shift. And this is coming to a point of really looking at, because I believe it to be true, does that mean it is? Or does that mean it has to be that? If I, in this moment, was to believe that that I could change that or believe something completely different. Does that make one belief right or wrong? Does that mean make one belief true or not true? I don't know. I don't think so. But what it certainly does and has done for me is potentially change the experience I'm having. So if we focus more on, I think if we focus more and less on the belief of things, but more on, is this experience I'm having right now in this moment what I want? Is this experience what I'm having in this moment how I want it to be? And if not, what can I change? Can I change the way I see something? Can I change the way I believe about something that would allow me to be able to change the experience I'm having? Could I look at myself, trust myself, love myself enough, and support myself enough to be able to have a different experience moving forward? Beliefs are wonderful. But if I change the way I look at things in the next moment, and that belief is able to be changed, what is truth in that? What's factual in that? What's definite in that? So if anything, I'd like to give you some inspiration. Imagine if you're able to look at your beliefs and your experiences and challenge them enough to be able to have the experiences you want. What would that look like for you? How would that be for you? Imagine the possibilities of being able to change our experiences to something that we want. Now, I'm aware that people's experiences at times can be ones that seem to or believe to be unable to be changed or looked at. But I ask you, imagine if they can. What would that look like for you? Thanks again for joining me, and welcome to Warrior by Design. And this is where your true warrior gets to design what it is you want. Remember, explore, create, and be. Lots of love. Well, thank you for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please take the time to like, share, and subscribe. It really does make a difference. It helps others out there explore their warrior, create a life of choice by design, and be all that they wish to be. Remember, explore, create, and be.